YouTube, Insomniac by Choice. So I was going through some things today and catching up on some videos of the people I subscribe to, and just something jogged my memory. I was watching a Marishima video about tones and frequencies and the sounds and Revelation, and then it got into, he mentions the four horsemen, and I don't know, for some reason the four horsemen of the apocalypse went into my head, and I remembered that before I was awake, when I first started getting to know the Lord, but before I was awake to everything, basically, I was a new believer. I'm not even an artist, okay? So as you can tell, it's not something I'm into. I'm a musician, but I'm not a visual artist. So I apologize for that. But I felt inspired at that time. It was 2010, I think November of 2010, to make these renditions, one for each rider, each horse. So this is obviously the rider on the red horse, which is pretty clear. There's blood, and there's the upside down peace sign, which means peace has been inverted. Anarchy, right? This one, it's pretty basic. It's self-explanatory. But what really blew my mind is when I got into the other ones and I started looking at what I had done before I knew anything about any of this truth stuff or anything. The next one was the rider on the black horse. And this is what I did. And this basically has to do with, our Western economic system and our culture based around money, consumerism. That basically when America falls, when America gets a cold, the whole world catches pneumonia, economically. It's that economic mutual assured destruction. So what I had done is I'd put a flag, which this is totally bizarre, but I did a flag where the stars are supposed to be. I put Baphomet stars. Didn't really even know about that. I just inverted the stars, basically. I didn't even really know what I was doing. Pluribus unum, united we stand. That's on all of our pennies. I don't really know why I wrote that, but I just did. And then I inverted and changed around USA, which almost reads NSA, which I found extremely interesting. Not to mention the black and white Masonic motif here. It just really tripped me out, man, that I was writing this stuff before I knew anything about any of this stuff. It's pretty cool. God works like that, So for the rider on the pale green horse, this is what I drew, man. You got your crescent up there at the top, and you got the sickle on the bottom, because it's, with him comes death, and after death follows after him, basically. Which, if we look at it now, that's the Islamic culture, is the Islamic radical culture, basically. There's your crescent. That's pretty Islamic, if you ask me. And then, it's a culture of death, basically. These kids, 7-year-old boys get AKs put in their hand. It's great to die, to kill yourself for Allah. And then it's also, and on top of that, it's great to kill for Allah. So it's definitely a culture of death. And what I found really interesting is this skull that I was trying to portray here is really what I was trying to do. It looks very much like an ISIS mask. That's what I see now. So, anyway, it just kind of blew me away, man. I was pretty tripped out by that. As well as this one. This is the rider on the white horse. And which there's a description of this guy that, I combined the colors of all the horses to make the shield and the seal of the Antichrist. As you can see, there's a reptilian slit eye. I had no idea what I was drawing when I did, but there it is. With a bow and an upside down cross. But what's really interesting to me is that, the opposers of Israel, mainly, probably the most well-known would be Palestine. Those are the Palestinian flag colors. How about that? Anyway, just wanted to put this out there, guys. I really would appreciate your comments. Tell me what you think. If any of you guys have experienced anything like this, I'd love to see it. Love to see anything and hear stories and stuff like that. And, so I just found this so, it gave me chills when I was looking at it, guys. It's crazy how God works in these kind of ways. So anyway, just wanted to share this with you. I was inspired, so I'm gonna throw it out there, and you guys let me know what you think. Okay, later.